All right, guys, welcome to the garage. This is my 2021 Honda CRF 110F. It's like a kid-size dirt bike. It's a 110cc dirt bike. This is a 2021. In 2019, they started doing the fuel injected. That's what the F on 110F stands for. So I would say if you're looking at one of these, looking for a 2019 or newer because they have the fuel injected. The Yamaha or Kawasaki do not do. Even the newer ones don't do fuel injected. Honda's the only one doing it, from what I understand. This is a really nice bike. I'll show you kind of how it fits different aged kids here, but just kind of want to give you an overview, kind of go through some of the features here. Super simple, basic operations. The nice thing is that they are including a kickstart here. So we have kickstart, and then we also have push button start here as well. Now to turn it on, there is a on-off switch here on the key. So that's off, that's on. It's weird they don't label like it on and off. There's just, so that's on. And then we have a kill switch here, which when it's pushed up, that's kill switch is engaged. This is run. You kind of hear the fuel pump priming. And then to start it up here, we're just pushing this little button right here, little black button on the throttle side. And then to turn it off, you basically just hear or the key. You want to make sure you leave the key in the off position. Otherwise, it will drain the battery down. But it is nice to have the backup kickstart. So if we were going to kickstart it, we would just put the kill switch to run that on. And then we could just kickstart it here. This one's pretty much stock. It does have FMF power cord pipe, exhaust pipe on the back, and it does give it a little like deeper, throatier sound to it, which makes it actually sound pretty good. This just has drum brakes. So see, there's a drum brake here in the rear. This is on the right side of the bike. This is how we activate the rear drum brake. It is adjustable by just, we could screw this in a little bit. Put a little more preload onto the brake, so as it wears down, you just have to keep that adjusted. Right there. And then the front brake is also a drum brake. We don't get disc brakes on this. So it's just a drum brake here on the front. And the lever for that is just right here on the throttle side. That one can also be adjusted. There's some adjustment screws for that as well. On the left side, we have our gear shifter. Now you might see here there's no clutch, so it's an auto clutch, which means you don't have to pull in the clutch to be able to shift the gears. It's a 4-speed, so if we push it all the way down, you just push this all the way down and then you hit neutral. So neutral isn't between first and second like it is on manual clutch bikes. It's just neutrals all the way down and then 4 gears all the way up. You just would lift up on the lever here to get through all the gears and then back down to get back to neutral. There's not a lot of maintenance on these bikes. That's the nice thing with these. They're, these Hondas are really reliable. I'd say the only thing maintenance-wise is just changing the oil, lubing the chain up. So just put some chain lube on the chain. Changing the air filter. I'll do a video on how to get to the air filter and change the oil here, but here's the oil fill. It's kind of just like a notch in it, like you need a flat head to be able to open this up. There's a dipstick. You check the oil level. It basically holds like a quart of oil. And then the drain bolt is down under here to drain the oil. So just draining the oil, refilling it back up. There's no oil filter to deal with. Spark plug. I do run non-ethanol fuel through this, and then I do put like a stabilizer in it because it's not always being ridden, but that's more important if it was a carbureted bike, because the carbureted bikes just get gummed up with that ethanol fuel. Gas fill here just comes off easily. The nice thing with these bikes is it's kind of like the next step up after a 50. You know, Honda makes a 50, Yamaha makes a nice 50. This is kind of the next step up. The nice thing though, because it's a 110 cc's, it's pretty powerful, and like adults can have fun with this. Like I ride this as a bike as an adult, and it's actually a fun bike to ride, just like around the area. I don't ride it out like on trails and stuff, but it can be ridden. You can even get for maybe a little bit bigger kids, so maybe like a kid that's 13, 14, 15 years old, maybe a little might be seem too big. You can get a larger handlebar kit, pro taper like bigger bars. You can get a seat. See how the seat kind of dips down? You can get a seat where it's like flat across, so it's like a taller seat, and therefore it'd be a little easier for maybe a little bit taller of a rider. And with it being an auto clutch and there's no clutch to pull in, this lever is a little harder to engage the gears. And I find like my 9-year-old son, he has problems like getting his foot under and engaging the gears. So a lot of times they'll just put it in second gear, and he'll just ride around in second gear, and so that kind of limits the speed too, so he's not going too fast. Because I bet this thing could probably get over 40 miles an hour if you get up into, you fully open the throttle up and you're in fourth gear. So if you want like a younger rider, more inexperienced rider to be safer and not get as fast, you can just, first and that second, you just put it in there, and they can ride it, and they don't really have to shift it. And here I'm 5'8" as a reference point, and I can sit on this. It's pretty comfortable to just ride this around. It's kind of a fun little bike, even as like a little pit bike to ride around, because it's powerful, it's small. I can easily put my legs down. It's not hard. There's no clutch, so it's a really easy bike to ride. You've got this green light on right here on the handlebars. That means it's ready to start. But if I push the button, it won't go. It needs to be. It's in like first gear right now, so I need to push this all the way down to get to neutral. When it gets to neutral, it'll now start up. Also, if I try kick-starting it and I'm in... good way to know if you're in neutral or not is just like try rolling the bike forward. If it won't roll, that means it's like in gear. So just push down until it gets into gear neutral. It won't kickstart either. Get down to neutral, it'll be able to start up. We put our kickstand up, and we've got our key on. Okay, the kill switch off, so we push that down, and it starts right up. Put your foot up, put it in first gear. Okay, there's second gear. I do let off the throttle when I shift, so it won't stall either. Like if you could ride it around in third gear all the time, and so see, I'm coming to a stop in third gear here, and it's not stalling, which is great. So if you just want your kid to ride around in third gear only, see how it's kind of slow to start here, and then once it gets some RPMs up, you get some speed, it gets a little better there. So to downshift, you just push down on the lever, so we're just pushing down on the shift lever, and that gets us back down to second gear. Push it down again, it gets it to first. First is really just going to be for starting out. You don't want to leave it in first because you see how it kind of revs up. That's really just for starting up or going up like a really steep hill. But seconds of, you can ride this around in second gear all day long. Probably go like 15, 20 miles an hour probably just in second gear. All right, to give you a size comparison, we got two boys here. We've got a 9-year-old and 8-year-old. They're pretty close in height, right around 53 inches tall. So I want to show you how, because this is kind of like on the lower end of the, fit the bike here. So Zane, come up here and sit on the bike, and then get it off the kickstand and just kind of stand there. So see, he's like, his feet are almost flat on the floor, right? How do they look on this side? Yeah, so height-wise, again, it's around 53 inches tall, a 9-year-old. So that's a pretty good size. This would fit him pretty good. Let's have Max. Let's have you get on and see. He's about the same height. Just depends on how big their legs are. Scoot it right in the middle where the seat goes down. Kind of scoot up a little bit so you're at the lowest point of the seat. There you go. So he's kind of got his not completely flat-footed, but because when you're riding, you do want to put your foot down occasionally, like to catch yourself, so you're not falling over. So you need to be able to put your feet on the ground to be able to catch the bike here. So let's have these guys ride it around, just kind of give you an idea. So again, this is an 8 and 9-year-old riding this. They could do a 50. A 50 would probably be a little more fun just because it's a little smaller bike, easier to manage, but they can handle this as well. What we'll do is we'll just put it in second gear and they can ride this around the driveway. Yeah, okay, so it's in. Okay, take the kickstand off. Okay, there you go. Okay, start. You got to start it first. Okay, so turn. So that's on. Kill switch down. Push the button. Start button. Start button. No, the start button right below there. Okay, let's see if you can get it into second gear. Okay, it's in. That's neutral. Okay, lift up to go to first. Can you get it? There's first. One more up. Yeah, it's second. So see how it's a little harder for, and it's easier with motorcycle boots on too, because so these guys are just riding around the driveway here. We're not doing anything crazy driving. So you ready to drive just down the sidewalk and then back here? Okay, go safe. Drive slow. So we've had him on a PW 50 and then a TTR 50. So he's a little more experienced. You see how he used that the rear brake there. He uses that well, and then got the front brake there. Okay, do another lap, and then we'll have Max take a lap. See, so it's just in second gear, and he's just riding around, not having to worry about shifting, just worrying about balancing and braking. Okay, good job. He's got really good balance, so he's pretty comfortable on this. He's pretty comfortable putting his leg down like that. So I'd say if your kid's new to dirt biking, maybe and if they're around this size, maybe start out on a 50 so they kind of get used to balancing and the throttle and braking. If they're already used to that, this is a good size. This thing can go pretty fast, so if you're just keeping it in second, third gear. All right, how was that? Good job. Hey guys, well, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully this was helpful when looking at these bikes to see if it's tall enough for your kid. I would say like 8 to 9 and older. This is a great bike because it'll last them a pretty wide range of years. So you get it when they're 8 or 9. Easily when they're 10, 12, 13, 14, they can still ride it and even have fun on it, and adults can have fun on it. So we're going to do a couple videos on maintenance, like doing the air filter and then oil change. So if you're interested in that, see the link to those down below. Leave your comments down below. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.